was at it again with niggas and bitches and homies and friends and that's how it begins.
What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the No Namers Podcast. First of all, thank you to our Patreons. Stays the same: Julio, Javi, and Karen. What? Did I fuck those up?
No.
That's all right. And check out our
technically all of them, but
hey, that's all of them, right? Hopefully, you guys could
you
check.
fucked them all up.
Oh, fucked over.
Well, over my bad, not up.
Oh.
The direction was wrong. But
That was a
Hopefully, you guys
savage.
could also support our Patreon. Check out our Redbubble. We got some shirts on there. You know,
let's go bananas.
hey, that banana shit. People are sleeping on it. Today, Julio's like, send me the link to the bananas when I'm buying one. I was like, all right, dog.
Heard that before.
And but yeah, check out our
Said he
Redbubble.
was gonna come back, but never came back.
Like when?
Baby, come back.
When are we hanging out for? Like
I'm
never.
the hero.
I am not a villain. But yes, check out our Redbubble. Check out our Patreon and support.
No,
It's the
Julio,
holiday
if
season.
he cuts his beard, you don't look like a villain, dog. With the beard, I just that fool like a villain.
Little Habib.
I didn't say
It was a
that.
non-group.
So I'm Nestor.
Yeah,
This is Adrian.
And Arthur.
I'm a second generation hate monger.
Yo, all right. So some of the stories, like, cause I was just compiling stories from last time, cause we left off. We were talking about. I think the last story I told was that fucking taco lady who they were throwing rocks to, right? And her son came out trying to have tiros with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Yo, so for some reason I had a slew, not a slew, but like Thursday one of my uncles showed up. Friday one in the morning one uncle showed up. And Friday at night another uncle showed up, and then Saturday another uncle showed up. So like
You hold them
my
money
whole
or what?
my whole roster of uncles showed up,
Mhm.
and I started talking to all of them, and like
You got a thorough pounding
I got a thorough pound. That shit was like a porno movie basically.
for good old days' sake. bro.
No, I don't know. I guess
yeah, still squeezing.
they just showed up for whatever reason, reason or another. They showed up, and I was just like trying to remember or write down as many stories or anecdotes that they would tell me. There was some fucking funny ones though. There was one where Adrian showed up, and I couldn't wait to tell this fool. I was like, "Yo, you believe what the fuck this fool was saying?" So one of the first ones, well, that fool went on a mad tangent, but one of them was saying,
Warning, this might be hate speech.
This is not PC.
None of this is PC, but I'm not saying it as my view.
I just want to give a warning to the listeners.
Yeah.
There's hate speech coming.
Wait, did you?
This is what-
I didn't even tell you about it. What, you just assumed?
If he finds it interesting, then it's hate speech.
I know you.
Yeah.
I'm warning the people. There's hate speech coming.
Yeah.
It's either against gay people or the Middle Easterners or black people. So.
Or both.
Or all three. I don't know.
That's
Or
right.
women.
The little trifecta, fam?
He said, "Yo, that the reason the Middle East
Oh.
is so fucked up though
Oh, God. Go for
is
it.
because they drink goat's milk, fam. And goat's milk makes you a fag."
He had two of them.
I told you.
He had two of them.
And those fools are,
I told you.
those fools are
man.
so closeted that they hate each other.
So they were dresses or what?
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, my God.
I don't know his like. Low
That's what your uncle was spewing? Or
Low
is it
key, I
just thoughts you've been having?
No.
He's like, I gotta solve peace for the Middle
I
East.
gotta say that my uncles think this. I need to throw this out there. Yo, is my my uncle's theory right?
The Middle East used to get on almond milk, boy.
Oh my God.
That's expensive.
Ghost milk's fucking with their brains?
Goat milk is
It
fucking.
rewires you or what?
Aren't goats just male sheep?
That's what makes them gay. Fam. You ever drink a dude's milk? Fam?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the difference between goats and shit.
Well, I think goats are different, right?
Yeah, goats are
Goats are different than sheep?
I think so.
Goats aren't male sheep.
Well, I guess a ram would be a male, right? Well, no, that's for a sheep.
Because sheep and lamb
Ram,
Or lambs just babies.
and rams?
Or
rams are male sheep.
Ramjack, bro?
I don't know.
Boondoggle.
Nah, I don't know, dude.
Someone has.
I don't fuck with farm animals like
Yeah.
that.
But that was one
I
of
just
his.
penetrate 'em.
You have to.
And that was like he was going on a tangent that if this was, and then he said that
Is that why they cover up their women? Because they don't like looking at women, or what?
I would tune in and
They
out,
want to
but
stare at bottles.
I'd come back in when like he'd say some really outrageous shit like in a few years there'll be 9 women to every male and it's still fuck because half the male population's a fag. I was like, what is he talking about, yo?
God.
Wait, the numbers are gonna be in our favor, dog.
Oh,
Arthur's
God.
finally be lucky.
The fucking heteros, fool. Then he's like, and then even men are flip flopping, fool. They're becoming women, fool. The fucking Jenners are ruining it for everybody.
Oh.
I was just like, yo, is this appropriate dinner talk? Or like, what the fuck?
It's funny they were sending her to school.
Did you try to put them on game, or you just listen?
Fuck no, dog. Earlier
He was taking notes. You heard him? He spent his whole time
Wait.
taking down notes.
Repeat that one.
I was just like, oh, this is gonna be good for the podcast. Huh? Now we got something to talk about.
I wonder where the fuck he reads this shit from.
I honestly, because you know how he watches all those Facebook videos where like a dude with a demonic voice is, and they just play like pictures, and it's just like
Like
a
a voice
guy
changer?
narrating. Yeah.
Demonic voice.
Well, it's like they. I don't know what
That's
the
the
fuck.
best way you can explain it.
Yeah.
Well, because it sounds demonic. It's like one of the. It's just a
The
slow
voice
down.
changer.
Yeah, it's they changed the pitch of
Straight
the
auto tune.
It's just Kanye. Yeah, it's just auto tuned or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. But you think Facebook is narrowing his mind?
Yeah, that fool's catching some mad, like, super right shit.
Everybody is though. Not everybody.
No. You hear me
What?
saying bullshit like that?
Not on mic though. Trying to jump the M bounds right before we press record. No, I feel like Facebook is fucking shit up
What do you
because
Mark Zuckerberg.
they have a problem with fake news and fake articles and
Uh-huh.
people passing a lot of
People
shit
just
as
putting
true.
up SpongeBob suck memes.
I'm not putting up. I'm saying it to you
I
specifically.
was like, what's wrong with this fool?
mean?
Huh?
Everybody.
SpongeBob suck memes are hilarious. Basic, dog.
Basic, dog.
Those
They just plays on, like, homophobia, dog.
SpongeBob suck memes are a higher
Like-
level for like.
Like a
There could be
higher
a-
level.
There could be a college class on SpongeBob suck memes.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's some funny ones. It's like SpongeBob.
Yeah, I don't doubt you think they're funny. You sent us like 20 of them yesterday.
When SpongeBob a real freak, and it's like the homie's just shaking, but and then SpongeBob's under the table.
What the
That fool fucks with homophobia.
fuck? I guess.
The artist formerly known as Big Kush is now SpongeBob suck memes now.
Why do you find that funny?
I don't know
Call
why he
yourself
finds it funny.
Kush.
I think anyone that calls himself big anything or little
He
anything.
fucking remember he
It's
was on
funny.
the tip where he was. What was that? Doinks, doinks.
That doink shit was funny too.
I
Dog.
was like, what?
Big doinks in your ass, nigga.
What?
Your uncle might be right.
I'm bad for hell. Hey, I had some ghost milk earlier, boy.
His uncle knows his audience.
Oh my god.
Nah, but he was spewing some stupid shit.
he
I'm
was putting
listening.
you on some straight game.
Like, get straight, homie. Stop drinking all that goat's milk.
Oh man.
But the thing is that he's telling my parent, like my dad, like passionately. And my
So he
dad's-
wasn't talking to you. He was.
No, he's talking.
You were overhearing.
No. We're on the dinner table. We're having
The
dinner.
dinner. They're
Oh
eating
my
dinner.
god.
And this is his dinner conversation. He's telling my dad.
Just think of American History X at the end when the dad from Boy Meets World's talking to his
Oh
kids.
my god. Yeah.
And he's throwing out hate speech. But
Yeah.
He's saying this shit to my dad. My dad and me are looking at each other like, "What the fuck?" I'm dying though. I was like, "What the fuck?" But before that, when I took him to go get his food, Hobo was saying how you gotta collect rope, huh? Like don't shoot,
Like what?
don't shoot that rope. You gotta collect.
You gotta like collect rope. Like
Nigga.
I think you need to phrase that a different way.
jizz, man.
Like
Like,
you
you-
gotta not jizz, Or you gotta be putting it in a fucking little Dixie cup. You gotta collect fucking rope. That sounds horrible.
That fool's like,
yeah, like you
gotta be pent up. Is that what he's trying to say?
You gotta hoard up your rope.
What?
You gotta hoard it up.
Like you gotta catalog it.
Like in Dixie cups.
Like in little containers where it doesn't go to waste and you could use it later.
Oh my god.
No.
I think you meant pent up that you.
No, I don't like. For some reason, my uncle is at the age where I guess he's like, he's trying to like big bro me. So every time he gets a chance, he's trying to like give me life lessons. Like,
trying to run game on him.
And I'm just listening to him like, what the
game, little man.
Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
So what was this whole thing about
what
collecting?
What does he mean by collect rope? Collect it from other homies?
Straight rope? You gotta ask all your homies for some rope.
Like a little rope cocktail.
I mean,
it isn't a science project unless you, you collect their data and have a thesis and prove it. No, he's saying collect rope as in just don't waste rope.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
as in hold it for the game.
No, he's just see, because I'm not trying to burn other uncles. All right, so how do I phrase it? We talked about
don't jizz.
No, we were talking about another grown man, right? Who's not allowed. Which I'm also. This is ridiculous.
He's not allowed to masturbate.
No, well, in a way, he's not allowed to have a smartphone
because he would use it for porn.
Because his wife thinks that
cheating.
That if he does get a smartphone, that he's just gonna become a teenager and just start shooting the whole house with rope and just covering the house.
What kind of fucking
glazing the house with rope? Which I'm like, what?
He's gonna douse the fucking living room in rope?
He's gonna just try to fucking put out fires with the rope. Well, first of all, I was like, he's 50. I mean, like, are his impulses still of like that?
Oh, you always got them impulses.
The teenager?
Yeah.
You think so at 50?
Yeah.
If you have never seen that amount of porn, like, come on, think about the first time you got access to porn. Like,
even if you did have that amount, you gotta rope it out sometimes.
Yeah.
But
think about the first time you had access to fucking nonstop porn on the internet.
VH1. That's where I started off.
Nah.
Movie countdown. So.
I'm not talking about when you just masturbated as a kid. I'm talking about when you first got.
Why were you masturbating at VH1? First of all,
shit was rope gang, dog. It was rope season, homie. No, well, the way I see it is like, isn't he old? He's got shit. He's got shit to do. He's got a job. Like, where the fuck? Like, where would he?
I love the 80s.
just fucking
throwing rope to fucking comedians.
You just rope it, fool, when you gotta rope it.
I don't know. Well,
he wants you to be pent up. To save your jizz.
Well, no, we were talking about that.
Okay, and then that brought up what point that he made.
Well, because he's all like, well, he's 50. Like, there's no way he's like a teenager just fucking like taking the house. Huh? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Like, at this point, even myself, like, he was trying to tell me how, like, whatever. It got into some
candy as well, dog.
It got into this machismo shit where he's like, I wouldn't let my bitch tell me what to do if I want a cell phone. I want to put porn in my movie, in my theater, in my living room.
But what was
the whole thing of collect rope?
Dog?
Oh, that's some pause shit, and then now you move on to a different topic.
Collecting. What he meant is like, at 50, he can't just. I guess he's saying
you have a limited number of nuts.
Save your shots.
Yeah. Like he'd rather instead of one, he says when you're married you don't fuck that like crazy anymore. So he's like, so you save it up. Huh? It's like you can't just fucking have a bunch of crappy lays. You'd rather save it up, and once a month have one great
like
rope session. Huh?
Yeah,
that's what he meant.
Okay,
what?
None of this made sense to me.
No, what he's saying is, hey, don't fucking try to touch yourself. Be pent up. So when you actually go
he wasn't even saying touch yourself.
You buzz quicker?
He was just saying...
Apparently he's putting him on game like, you're going to be eager. If you're only saving it for one occasion...
No, because we weren't talking about me. We were talking about that situation, like...
You had some weird conversations with your uncles, dog.
How...
I don't get the logic.
I don't, but...
What do you mean?
What's the point?
It's sound logic, man.
What's the point of collecting the rope?
Because some people, I mean, I guess at that age you can go like maybe multiple times. So if he collects,
but he's saying like,
but if you collect rope, you're gonna shoot it all at once. It's not like you're.
So when he masturbates, he doesn't bust. He just he
blue balls himself.
No, I think he jerks off. I think it's about fucking his woman. He doesn't
fuck her as often.
So he doesn't fuck her as often.
So then what?
So he doesn't consider jacking off.
That's how I was trying to separate the stories. The jerking off one, that's another one. Like that was a whole other thing. So he's saying
don't cheat on your wife. Is that what he's saying?
The conversation went on.
Oh my god.
No, his thing was just basically
so you collect rope so you can have a massive rope off?
He said instead of giving your wife lousy pipe 2 or 3 times a month. So to
have a stronger erection.
You rather just give it to her once.
But the rope has nothing to do with erection.
I'm not saying his fucking thing made sense. I was just like,
your erection, like,
because if you just pent up, you'll probably just bust real quick and then you'll be over it.
Honestly, I don't think his wife's giving him sex all that often. So I mean, it's mental gymnastics.
Like the whole thing of like save your rope so you can fuck better doesn't make any sense.
No.
You bust quicker, dog.
Yeah.
You're out here just trying to shoot nonstop.
You're just gonna shoot a bigger load into her, and
that's it.
You have more of a chance of getting her pregnant, more than nothing. But it doesn't make any sense. Like you save your rope if you're trying to have a kid, because you need every drop that you can to get someone pregnant. That's when you save your semen.
Well, after 2 weeks, doesn't that shit just go away? Like
3 days.
Well, it's supposed to regenerate every 3 days.
Every 3 days it regenerates, but you can only store up for like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I think what it says that it's like,
your shit just starts.
It starts going away. Like you got old cum.
They start dying. Yeah.
Yeah, you got old cum,
and then it regenerates, and you get a new batch.
Yes.
Your body just soaks it in.
That's when you shoot
some foul loads,
some rusty old rope.
So his theory's like he wants to shoot rusty rope.
When I came into that, I didn't think I'd be talking about rope this much.
So what's the next story
I'm
about
weird
rope?
that you they say into it the Lord.
I'm like, this is what you talk about with your uncle? Like,
I'm always
Adrian, do you talk about rope with your uncle?
No, I'm always at work. And they know I got experience, so
they're trying to big bro you.
So what was the next one after this in-depth speak about rope?
Then he started saying like, hey, we're all gonna get to the point where we get bored of our women, dog, and it's okay to step outside. Just don't get caught. I was like, oh shit! I fuck with that. That's
these are facts.
Sound logic.
That's pretty sound logic.
These are facts.
He's like, I'm not saying I'll do it. I'm like, we've all thought about it.
Everyone thinks about it. It's just human nature.
That's just the Mexican way, though.
It's human nature, dog.
I'm just looking. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It's hard to find Mexican men that don't do that.
It's hard to find any man that doesn't do what I'm talking about. Everybody stares at everybody, dog.
Fucking.
I mean, dog. what is it? Jennifer.
See, I can't put it on people because I don't know a lot of people. But
what?
Jennifer.
I know Mexican men.
Garner, fucking. Ben Affleck cheated on Garner. Garner's fucking hot.
Garner?
Garner's not hot.
Well, Jennifer Lopez, fucking Mark
Lopez
Anthony.
Was hot.
Beyonce got cheated on. It's Beyonce, dog.
Well, Mark Anthony's the man, for.
That's true.
Two for Jay-Z's the man, for.
But she makes more money than him, so don't stay with that shit.
Yeah, and then you start feeling bad about yourself, so you got to remind her, I'm the man.
You're gonna look a little sloozy, man.
Who's the man now, bitch?
That's what I'm saying. If Beyonce could get cheated on.
What chances is that?
Well, I mean, because she's getting old. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god!
She had a kid.
Every day there's another 18-year-old out there from ready to get some rope.
There's something tighter and whiter out there.
Oh my god!
Aren't there those?
If the numbers are correct,
and they're tighter, whiter, and lighter.
Plus, if the numbers are correct, there's 9 women for every man, and half the men are homos.
That's
someone it's your fucking duty as a fucking human being.
That's a weird fucking number.
I don't know
where the fuck did he get that from?
He just made it up.
Yeah,
dog. Another dinner time story. Because all right, so the way it works, this mountain folk, there's a bunch of towns within towns, like. In miles, in theory, in a car, you could get to all these towns within like 10 minutes in a car. But when they were growing up, like there was cars and shit, but like basically every townspeople stayed to their town,
Yes.
But you knew people from that town.
Yeah,
like you didn't go to the same schools, but
little
like
towns of nesters.
right. So when there was big parties and stuff, you got to know them or you knew stories about them.
Yeah.
And they started talking about good fighters, huh? Like like at the dances, for like there was like these fools that would get down or just love fighting. So there was this one fool, praying mantis. I'm just naming him that because that fool he'd do a lot of hand movements to throw you off, but all he did was fight with feet though.
He's a kicker.
So he square up with you for you like you're waiting for the punch and then he kick you in the chest.
That's hype, dude. You're in a dance for like all swap where you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw down with this, but then you just get kicked.
What the fuck?
How many foods did he know?
And they're like, Dick, and cortaba azúcar, so his calves are huge, dog.
Oh my god.
Oh, he would cut sugarcane?
He's like, dog, that fool would kick food. It would kick food hard, dog.
I just love how he would fake out with the fucking.
You have to, dog.
Well, you gotta throw him off. There wasn't. This one started out funny, and then it turned on me though. So it's like, all right, so who's the best fighter? Oh, it was like fucking Javiercito, whatever.
Yeah.
He was a good fighter because he was a kid. He would fight. He'd been fighting his whole life. Like, oh well, why? Well, because everyone would call his dad a fag. Because in fact, he was on the down low.
He was a little closeted.
So his dad was a little closeted, but everyone knew because he had I'm gonna say like I don't know like
mannerisms.
He had mannerisms to him. So people was like tu papá el joto, joto tu madre, pa pa pa. And that fool would have to get down all the time. And yeah, that shit made him a good fighter. His brother didn't go so well because his brother didn't have the things to back him up. His brother was getting into a fight because someone called his dad a fucking. He's like, your dad sucks off a donkey or some shit. And that fool started getting down with the cat. And that fool lost his eye. Hey, so
why they punched him or like?
Nah,
kicked him in the head.
Kicked him. Maybe the fool that kicks people kicked him in the face.
He was expecting a punch.
I just imagine growing up in this little ass town where everyone knows everyone. The school.
If it was a glass eye now?
I don't know.
I don't wear eye patch.
These didn't talk about
That's
it.
That's classier.
Because my uncle has a glass eye for the same reason.
He also got in a fight.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
But they didn't call no one a faggot.
No.
Well, I just want to see why. Oh, this one's definitely getting demonetized.
Oh, man.
Why my uncle got in a fight?
Yeah.
I think there was like cholos walking outside the house. It was my grandma's house, and then it's my mom's brothers. They I don't know what happened, but then they all started fighting like as a unit, as a family. Both brothers started fighting together.
Unit,
the Avengers,
but fools were getting rocked up, and then they dragged my uncle. His name's Hippie because he has long hair, so they called him a hippie. He got dragged off by them, and that fool got batted in the head when they popped his eye out. And they beat the dick out of him. And then my other uncle almost killed the guy that did it. He was about to crush his head with a rock. But he didn't because my grandma was like, it's Christmas, don't kill him.
In the same fight? This all happened in the
same fight, fool.
But did that fool lose an eye? Because it's an eye for a knife.
Well, my uncle wanted to take his head, fool.
The whole world's blind, bro.
But my grandma was like, it's Christmas, you just can't kill people, fool.
You should just send the clip of that Walking Dead shit fool, to your uncle. Like, have you seen this though? Bro?
and then he was gonna die, but they got him to a doctor, and the doctor saved him. But they couldn't save his eye, so now he has a little glass eye.
But his like head's not like smushed in or nothing, right?
No,
it's just a missing eyeball.
He probably just popped his socket out.
Yeah, they just batted the shit out of his head, and then the eye popped out. And it was just dangling.
I just keep thinking like, how fucking horrendous must it be to live in a little town where everyone, like, if a rumor starts, like rumors are like pretty hard to
small
fuck.
towns, not just in.
Well, I mean, like in high school, anywhere
became fucking.
Dude, you see
no,
what's
anything.
Two little girls just killed themselves because they got made fun of. I was like, that's crazy.
That's a hive.
You know about small town?
No, I don't know. I didn't read. I didn't
know.
It's all the GB.
Yeah.
It's all that fucking goat smoke, huh?
It's all that Facebook, bro.
Mike Zuckerberg.
But that's just what happens in social systems that are small and like people know each other. Like
You
shit
get picked on?
happens. Yeah.
I should have wrote more shit down, dog. What the fuck else was I was telling you about the fucking goat's milk.
You told me about the ghost milk, which I thought, like,
was like,
where
what
the
the
fuck
fuck?
did this fool get it from? Like, there has to be a video or an article or something. He read
Look it up. Go
Or he just made the assumptions that your brother makes all the time. Like,
I mean, most people make that assumption.
what?
No, like,
Gold milk?
just assumptions in general.
Oh yeah, assumptions,
Without
yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
without the theories.
Without facts. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely.
Fact. What are you doing?
I'm just put goat's milk gay question mark on Google. See if anything pops
You're
up.
an idiot.
Oh my god.
I'm just seeing, dog. Gay Leia investing in goat dairy reporter.
Yeah, stumble upon like some mad porno.
Yeah, I think these are porn things. I don't know what the fuck. I won't click on it.
Get sucked off.
But damn, they got other fuck. Who else told me other shit? Man? Doesn't matter, dog. If I think of stuff, I'll bring it up. But
Mhm.
that shit had me like dying because it's how ignorant that shit is.
ignorant?
The ignorance is
The
real.
ignorance is fucking real. A lot of times I'll be calling Juan. I was like, yo, you don't believe this motherfuckers just told me, dog. No, the other shit that I fell
You
asleep.
did call me and told me about it.
I did tell you?
Yeah, that's why I knew what you were gonna say. That's why I had to give a warning.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I already heard the
Yeah, those
whole goat's milk
conversations.
theory and the whole thing how like the Middle Easterners are gay and that's why they cover up their women and that's why they wear dresses and
No, it's just their culture. What the fuck?
that's it. Yeah, but he doesn't know that. He just thinks
Yeah.
they're gay.
It's fucking like 4,000 years of the same culture, dude. You counting it?
That was never even been around Middle Eastern. That's why I think he worked for one maybe. And
Nah.
He started putting his slapstick assumptions / quasi facts together.
or maybe they're facts.
Maybe.
No, that's out there. No,
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Packies are gay. What do you do?
fucking
I don't remember. Oh my god, this guy.
Packy's a bad word.
That shit. Oh my god.
Packy's the chip for the fucking chip challenge. Man.
Oh my god.
Beyond the fact that he just dropped it about
Yeah.
Packies on the fucking metro. Be like.
On the
I
metro?
don't know. Yeah, when Javi was telling his little story, you're like, all the Packies or what?
Oh, that's right. When he was in London, right? He was in London.
You dropped it though.
Yeah.
You're the one that brought up Packies.
No, Javi's like, I was surrounded by Packies.
No, you
No,
didn't.
you didn't.
It was your dumbass.
Oh,
Oh,
but he finds their ignorance more hilarious.
the other day I fell asleep, dog, because laughing my ass off because me and Agent went to the Chris Rock stand-up special. Like, well, we went to see Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I never been to the Dolby before.
I thought you had.
No, never been.
Oh, just outside?
I've been like outside of
To
it.
pick people up.
Yeah, and I had tickets, like front row tickets to a show there. But I had class. I didn't make it. I didn't make
You
it.
had to work it.
I didn't make it. So I never been there before. It's my first time. I've seen it, but it's not the same as being there than like seeing the Oscars or whatever. And it's steep, and I just kept thinking. For some reason, before I fell asleep, we immediately had Tommies. Huh? And I'm like, oh, we should have had Tommies before, so we could hit at least 5 rows of people. We could have splat this shit. We could have hit, motherfuckers, cleared this whole section out.
We could have hit them and the people
Probably below us, yeah.
I got mad reach.
Because it's so steep. If you really do a good projectile vomit, fuck.
I called him from work and I'm like, how was the Chris Rock show?
This
This is what he starts telling me.
I could have vomited on that shit. Load of
I was like, what is that?
It was good though, the show
Oh
itself.
my
The
god.
show is funny.
And then he keeps telling me like, this one fool open and the virgin chick open. I was like, who the fuck's the virgin? The one from
Insecure.
Insecure. Okay, which one's the virgin one?
With her
the best friend.
Then I knew who he was talking about. I was like, how am I supposed to know it's the virgin one?
She wasn't. Yeah, she's a virgin.
Okay, but how am I supposed to know
You haven't
that?
seen.
That's facts. Huh?
It's like you haven't seen the
You're gonna go down to
interview.
the Blue House. There's gonna be a red car parked there.
Exactly. That's what I kept thinking. Like, what kind of fucking directions is
That
this?
was one
Like,
of her jokes, which was terrible. I'm like, who the fuck asked for directions nowadays.
He just yelling.
Yo, the chicks behind us, like Chris Rock, were like, cops are assholes. Oh, yes, they are. Everything he'd say, they'd be like, oh, yeah. Oh,
What?
preach, brother. I was like, what the
ethnicity
fuck?
were they?
Mexican.
Mexican?
Yeah, but they're Mexican. Well, they were
You
outspoken.
do a very shitty Mexican accent.
If you want to hear a good one, you should watch the movie Coco.
Oh, fuck.
They give you a good Mexican accent throughout the whole movie.
Fuck, dog. You could tell that movie was written by a white guy, dog.
No
Why?
shit.
Really? Let me explain it, dog?
Because of the 20-minute Frozen
Dude, I was...
short about
well,
white
whatever.
privilege.
That fucking white privilege short pissed me off to no end.
And
dog.
then I said that shit on an Xbox Live party chat, and this was like, I'm tired of Mexicans getting mad about Frozen. It's like, don't these dumb Mexicans know that a white man's movie company made that shit anyways? What are they complaining about?
Yeah.
They got their movie. I was like, what?
That's the truth, dog. I was like, fuck. Damn bullshit, dude.
You watched it, right?
I
And then
watched
people, and then the people in the party, instead of arguing about like how this fool's overtly being racist, they're like, yeah, but kids can't sit through 20 minutes, dog.
That's
and then the white guy was like, my kid sat through, and then he's like, no, your wife told me your kids couldn't sit through. They were walking around. Yeah, but they do that though. I was like, this fool, dog.
Damn, there was a 20-minute opening for that movie?
Most of the time, Pixar has a short 5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
which is great.
That-
10 at max.
And
The
it's
volcano
really
one was
good.
like 10.
Usually it's really
Well,
good.
I
The
love
volcano
you.
one? Yeah, I
That's a
love
good
you.
one.
That shit was like 10.
damn, too.
I liked it.
Nah, I like that one.
You cried, pussy.
Oh, I did cry.
Both you cried, pussy.
Yeah.
And
feel
then
that
the
touch,
one for
dog.
Cars 3
Kevin Spacey,
with all the
right?
lost and stolen shit was really good
I
too.
didn't watch Cars 3 or
That's
Cars
pretty
2.
good. I
That's
didn't
pretty
watch. I didn't watch it too.
But this is a 22-minute
Cartoon.
Christmas
It's
special.
basically a cartoon.
Yeah, it's pretty much a Family Guy episode.
Okay.
Without the
Or an
fun.
episode of a cartoon.
Or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But where
The Family Guy.
what I'm trying to talk it.
Right?
I'm trying
What
to
the fuck is
some
that?
shit Arthur would understand. Family Guy, right?
You don't think he gets with the length of a TV episode?
We all know
is?
this.
I had already
This
said
motherfucker
TV
watches
episode.
TV.
He listens to TV. He never
There's
watches
22
it.
minutes, dog.
There's
what?
48 minutes.
This was dyslexic.
41.
Camera.
22,
HBO occasionally
44.
falls the hour and 3 minutes.
Okay, and the whole short's about how the
Yo, I'm
sisters.
pissed that you're questioning my TV knowledge, bro. That's offensive.
Elsa, what the fuck's the other bitch's name?
Elsa and Anna.
Anna, are just like, oh well, so our we don't have
Spoiler
any
alert.
Christmas traditions
Well, not Christmas. See,
because they expect everyone because they were hosting a party, right? And I know how this feels, and then
It's just
you
gonna go
expect
on
people
for
to show up,
27 minutes.
and then everyone doesn't show up, and they're like, nah, we got our own shit to do.
Uh-huh.
So what happened? Since this was not really telling it right, so he's telling it through
Perspective of
wait, what are we talking about?
a
the Frozen
disjointed
story. He wants to talk about the two princesses are gonna throw a holiday party for the whole town because they haven't celebrated Christmas in that town for a while now since the two little girls had the little accident where she almost killed Anna.
Nestor just needs to let it go.
So then they do the whole the one like tradition that the whole town does is they ring the Christmas bell. So they ring the Christmas bell. Then they were gonna surprise people to come into the thing so they can have the Christmas
We're
party.
gonna invite them into the castle.
But everybody, because the royal family wouldn't do anything, they started up their own individual royal tradition, like their own holiday traditions.
Yeah.
So after the ringing of the bell, they all left, and the two sisters were like, "Oh well, we can't make them come in. Like they gotta go do their own thing."
Who are we to force them?
But then Olaf starts talking about like,
Nah, Olaf was like Olaf Berserker.
so Olaf's like, "Hey, so what's your guys'?"
Berserker.
They're like, "What's your
You
guys'?"
want my cock berserk?
So Olaf was like, "What's your guys' family's tradition?" And then they're like, "Oh, ringing the bell." They're like, "No, but that's a town tradition. What's your guys' tradition?" "Oh, we don't have one." So then Olaf's like, well, I'm going to find you guys a tradition. So he goes house to house, like, getting traditions. There's, like, Jewish traditions, fucking all these white traditions.
But they wouldn't say the word Christmas.
No Feliz Navidad.
They wouldn't really say holidays. They would
During
just say
Coco?
it's the season.
Uh-huh.
That's how PC as it's got it.
So whatever, he collects all the traditions, and they're going back Shit ensues.
Olaf did get mad about.
Did they get
Starbucks cup.
Krampus?
He gets
That'd be hype. Olaf gets
Olaf
whopped
got pissed off
by Krampus.
because the stupid Starbucks cup didn't say Christmas. He's like,
so he gets lost in the forest.
got lost
So
in the
then
sauce, huh?
the two sisters are trying to get they're trying to ask like, what did we have a tradition? And then the older one, Elsa, who's the one that's got the magic powers, she's like, oh well, we never had one because of me. It's my fault. And then what's her face goes upstairs. They find out that their Christmas
They're going
tradition.
through their attic. Look at
They find out that their tradition was that Anna would come up to her and make her like a little
snow globe,
a little snowman, a little Olaf,
Olaf. They made Olaf before she snapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's her tradition is Olaf.
And after that,
and
she
then
would give her a picture every time, like,
or
hey,
like a
remember,
little Christmas card or like a little doll, and that was her tradition.
Okay.
And then they remember and they're like, oh, so where's Olaf? Then they go looking for him, and then they make everyone in the town.
The homie comes back. The
little reindeer, yeah.
The reindeer. He's
that
like,
fool's lost or whatever.
Yo, Olaf is fucking. He's smoking crack in the woods.
We need to save Olaf. It just turns into an intervention.
No, yeah.
so
Olaf broke in and bothered everyone for Christmas. And then he fucking lost himself in the woods.
That fool was on cold.
So now Anna and Elsa start ringing the bell like, yo, you gotta come help us find Olaf. So everyone's gotta stop what they're doing.
So everyone's like, Christmas Eve's like cut short and then like, hey, you guys gotta come help us. And then they find him.
Olaf's been hiding like a bitch.
And then Olaf is just sat in the forest eating fruitcake because the whole joke was like how fruitcake's indestructible. Same joke that's been said like forever now. Whatever, and then they have a new tradition where now they're like partying they have a little ice party, and
you didn't even mention the gay bathhouse. There was just a bathhouse at one point where some food.
That was their family tradition. They were in a little bathhouse. Like a little gay joke.
Sucked each other up.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. They like disturbed everyone's Christmas to find their friend, and they find their friend. They're like, "Oh, you're our tradition," and then everyone's like,
"How many ethnicities were in?"
Well, they're from Norway? They're Norwegian, so everyone's white. That's why.
I don't know. It just seemed like the ultimate.
That's why there's no mention of any other like cultural thing. It's just all white.
Whatever is in
It's just seasons.
But the whole thing is that like they made them stop what they were doing to go look for their friend that's an asshole.
Remember there?
I was just like, yo, the white privilege of just having everyone like, nah. We're gonna just stop.
She's the queen.
What do you mean white privilege?
Family.
Like they're just gonna stop and force the town to fucking let's celebrate it.
Yeah, not to get ice, son.
And at the end of the day,
ice you nigga.
Guess who got their way? They're just like they ended up just
the main characters. They got their way.
They ended up throwing
what
a party.
An innovation in a story for kids.
They ended up throwing a party and then basically forcing everyone to
stay.
Mad
reading into a white privilege for reals, dog.
Hey, dog.
It just sounds like a little cartoon shit.
What if someone knocked on your house on Christmas and they made you fucking... Well, it's kind of the Christmas party. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just force you to do something you don't want to do.
Queen, though,
you're Olaf, huh? We're going to force your ass to do something you don't want to do.
I just want to be in fruit cake.
Hey, we're drinking ghost milk that day and see if any of us snap.
Make it a real party.
Let's see how much before you turn homo. Keep checking that shit. That'll give you an excuse for some liquid encouragement.
And then Coco's riddled with bad Mexican accent.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't want to watch it.
It wasn't. I mean, it is Hispanic people doing it, but it's like, what are they gonna have?
It's like caricatures
because they have to do it for everybody.
But they could easily do it without the caricature.
And also, you could watch it in Spanish because most theaters offered it in Spanish. Yes.
But why is it that when they talk English they have accents?
They don't have to have accents.
They could just talk regularly and talk Spanish when they have to talk
people
Spanish.
know it's regional. Yeah. So people know like they're.
That's the racist shit
about it.
But it's not.
They don't talk Latin. It's not that bad.
It's not
skeleton. Actually, there is a mariachi that the dude from Reno 911 plays, and that was pretty close to what you're doing.
Yeah, but that's the reason I didn't watch it. I'm like,
Carlos Alzaca, Rocky.
It's just placating to the Hispanic community.
Well, yeah, Lieutenant Dan with the
Lieutenant Dan go
just have some fun.
Talk about Lennon.
Yeah, short shorts, bro.
No,
I am from the future.
I get it.
Favorite episode.
I love fucking.
Holy shit, he's from the future.
I like Nick Swartzen's character.
I know
when they got on Fruit Boots.
Yeah.
The reason that shit was cool was because fuck it, some representation.
Oh, it was still cool, but I'm just saying.
Some
like,
representation is better than none.
I get that. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Also,
That doesn't mean I can't critique it.
It
I
wasn't.
didn't go watch it.
Plus, it wasn't like I didn't think.
No, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
a good movie. I was just like, why do they need to have accents though? For like, what's
Yeah.
up with the accents though?
What's just like, dude, Mater has an accent. He's Southern.
That man has an accent though. Like
No, if he talks in his regular voice, he doesn't sound anything like Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy
Well,
has an accent.
He's
though.
a ploy. Yeah, that's his
The
gimmick.
guy who he really is, because Larry the Cable Guy's a
It's
character.
like Mind of Mencia.
But the other guy, yeah, I don't know his real name, but that guy doesn't have an
Or
accent.
some shit.
But then Gael Garcia, even if that's how he speaks. He doesn't not like he cannot not talk with an accent because he has an accent.
Wait, Gael Garcia's the main character?
He's the grandpa.
Oh, he's Hector?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Who's
You
the
can give
guy?
the grandpa's an accent, but the fucking kid, dog.
he's from Mexico and he's speaking English already. It's fucking nonsense.
Well, no, a lot of Mexican kids learn English now, dog. Like,
And they sound because Spanish is their first language, so English would be their second language, so they would have an accent, right?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Because if you watch it in Spanish, I'm pretty sure it's the
They
way.
have English accents? I'll be high.
Oh, oi, mate!
Be high.
Hola, ¿dónde está Olaf?
Berserker.
I'm just saying.
That's all I thought about when I saw the
Dude,
When is he gonna go berserk?
I bet you told the girl you saw with go berserk, or she'd be like, "What the fuck are you
Oh,
talking
no one,
about?"
yeah, no one
It's
watches.
not like the Moana characters that had little Polynesian accents.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Nope.
The Rock didn't. He talked like himself.
But because he's just playing the rock.
Yeah, but Maui is a Polynesian character. Why doesn't he have a little accent?
I didn't like
So some
because I
Tonka
was like, I don't
accent.
fuck with Polynesians. I can't watch this shit.
Why not?
What?
Okay. No, I'm kidding.
I haven't seen Moana.
I thought Moana for some reason was too much singing. I was like, ugh, I'm over it.
That's all Disney.
I couldn't get through it.
Disney has nothing but
I like the
singing.
Lin-Manuel-
That's why I love them, because they're musicals.
I like
musicals,
Lin
dog.
Manuel Miranda song. I hated the rock
Oh,
song.
I just can't wait
That's because the Rock song
to
reminds you of
be
Adrian.
king.
You're welcome.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Hey,
It's
couldn't
just a
get
guy
past that.
saying you're welcome because he's dope when he gave you everything.
That's pretty factual. I was like,
I remember because when I heard the song, I was like, "Oh, this is Adrian," and I played it for all of us. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is Adrian to you.
I still haven't seen Moana. So.
because you're racist. Huh?
There's only one Hawaii fucking movie, if that's Lilo and Stitch. Huh?
That was a good movie.
And Hawaii 5-0.
Oh, definitely, bro. How much crime could there possibly be, dog? I was like, it's
It's an island, dog.
They have a lot of crime, bro. There's
It's
a
a
lot,
lot,
like
man.
Annie,
It's a lot of G's, bro.
there are a lot of poor people there. Fool.
A lot of G's, bro.
That whole show is white people that took over the town just fucking up the locals. Because it's like, how dare you be pissed off that we took your shit and built hotels here, and now you have to smoke crack for a living?
Meth.
Or is meth the preferred?
With ice, yeah.
Ice. A whole lot of
It's
it
the same
too,
shit
buddy.
with. Isn't that Dog the Bounty Hunter based in? Where did he
Hawaii?
go around Hawaii?
No.
Just busting motherfuckers?
It wasn't
He
in
lived
Hawaii.
in
I don't know. I
Hawaii.
didn't watch Dog about.
You don't like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
I don't watch those shows.
I like
fool.
the South Park one. Where
All
South
it is,
Park, yeah.
all it is like
I am the dog.
Give your life to Christ, bro.
all that shit is just look at how bad poor people are. Fool.
Yeah.
Like,
What's
look at how much
life?
of characters they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's any movie, dog.
But don't you start like?
But those reality shows are like that's the whole point of those.
No, yeah.
It's like, hey, white people, you're right about all these poor people.
Yep. Look at Honey Boo Boo.
What do you mean, look at Honey Boo Boo?
white trash is bad.
I like white trash. Man.
What?
They're
They're the
dope.
closest ones to us.
They're
That's why-
dope. Man. They
They
drive
understand. They understand.
They
what
drive
it is.
4x4s and drink Bud Light, dog. What's wrong with
See,
that?
once you see that, you can't unsee that. Like you start seeing a trailer and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? I seen this trailer the other day. I went to go see The Disaster Artist,
A trailer? What do you mean a trailer?
a movie trailer
Oh, okay.
about this white dude who likes. He's a fighter, but he likes to smoke crack. Or
Well, we've all been there,
That's
dog.
right.
no, crack or G. Like
I like it already.
Probably G.
right?
To make weight
he-
or just to...
No, and he's
Hey, if he's doing it
To
for the
make weight.
if it's for the love of art.
What the fuck?
If it's for the love of
And
the
he's
sport.
That's how you rationalize it.
For
I
some-
gotta make weight.
That's how I
For some
rationalize
reason,
it.
he finds himself in Thailand. And
Either I make weight or I start pushing it.
he finds
Smoke
himself
some more
in Thailand, and he
Does the guy
finds
do the
himself
splits?
smoking some G.
Okay.
And then the fucking little Thai police arrest that
This is
fool and
Van
put over there. Apparently, over there,
That's bad.
it's really bad. Like you go to jail for
Over there-
for a long
Yes,
time.
they're very strict.
Yeah.
Over there for one
So
little
they put
joint,
that fool
10
in
years.
jail.
Yeah, if you litter, you go to jail. Yes, we know that.
Word.
Yeah.
Yes,
how
they're
do-
very strict over there.
But how do they let you fuck little boys for money though?
I mean, I don't know. There's dark underbellies. fool.
Oh, well.
You pay the fuck?
Damn, you litter, you go to jail for real? shit?
Yes, if you spit gum out, you go to jail. You're not supposed to spit on the street.
That's snaps.
You don't fuck around in foreign countries if you don't know their laws.
You don't
B.
steal sunglasses
You-
or anything stupid like
You
that.
do watch for locked up abroad? Fool?
How do you think these motherfuckers get places, dog?
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, so then the trailer basically, he's in jail now, and they have a Muay Thai like
underground fighting.
whatever, and it's just
This
the-
just sounds
the-
like fucking
the
Van
rest of the
Damme.
trailer.
Bloodsport?
The rest of the
Yeah.
trailer.
It's just a white dude
Just
smashing on little Asian cats. Fool. It's just like, what the fuck?
Bloodsport.
Is that Bloodsport?
That's Bloodsport.
Yeah.
He
That's
goes-
any 80s movie.
Yeah.
It's a white dude fucking up
Van
minorities.
Damme, fucking.
And then I was like, yo, how come
You
every
do
movie-
understand, like, all the Rocky movies
Chuck
are about
Norris.
is about the resurgence of the white man, right? Like the resurgence of the working class white male,
I
right?
can't believe Sylvester Stallone seen Muhammad Ali. He's like, I could take him, fool. I could fuck that fool up.
The
in
whole
a
thing is
wheelchair,
like
man.
how there's a
like, let's be real.
With MS and shit.
Ivan Drago is supposed to is a hit on homos, man. How the Russians are faggots, man.
What?
That's why him and Bridget Nielsen look so alike. Like you can't tell Russians apart because their men are flimsy and their women are like dykes, man. That's what they look
I
so
never
like.
even seen into. I just thought it was like
Propaganda.
America versus the Reds.
It is America versus Reds, but these are the comments they're making, like on the Reds, like
That's my favorite Rocky film.
When he fucks up that comedy, even I stand up and salute.
I like how like the working class man like saves the U.S. from Russia.
You
for a
have
bit of a
to.
fight.
Who else is gonna?
Trains
like-
like a Russian, bro.
Like this working class male won over the Russians turned on their own hero.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
anybody's gonna save
Because
US
the
of
working
A,
white class man can do it all.
He's
He's
Italian.
better than everybody else.
I mean,
I
we're
mean-
not. You're not that wrong right now, though.
They defeated Apollo Creed, who's fucking Muhammad Ali. Like nothing.
No. On the first
He
movie, he doesn't
befriended him as
defeat
well.
some. He
No, in the
loses.
second one he does though.
Yeah,
He does not.
Okay, he was some guy off the fucking street.
yeah.
Him lasting to the very end.
Apollo Creed had just needed a fight. That's all it was, and it was a gimmick. Hey, bring me anybody, because nobody wants to fight me anymore.
So this working class guy off the street comes off the street and
Wasn't
lasts.
an enforcer for the mob?
Yes, and he lasts all the rounds. Dude, he worked in a factory or a bouncer.
A
What was he?
professional, yeah,
He was an
a bouncer.
enforcer. He was the guy that collected.
No, I know, but he worked
He was
in a
also
bouncer.
he was
Yeah.
a bouncer.
He was some
I
working
met
class
some
Joe.
bouncers that think they could take on Muhammad Ali.
Like this guy has been training his whole life, yet
He's the
gonna
world
get beat.
champion, and he lasts
lasts.
all the rounds, and even gets a knockdown. And
You don't know how many.
Apollo Creed gets saved by the bell.
But to be fair, he ate a lot of punches. It wasn't skill.
No, but then in the
he
second
just
movie,
took a lot of hits.
He didn't talk the same after that.
His eye got.
They fucked up. They shot that scene first. The rest of the movie went to shit.
then in the second movie, he beats him.
Yeah.
And in the third movie,
I know a lot of security
beats-
guards that
he
think
beats
they
up-
can
He
take on-
revenges.
Mayweather,
he
so-
beats up the urbanized black man in Clubber
What?
Lang.
It's
Yeah.
Clubber Lang, yeah.
He beats up Clubber
I'm gonna
Lang.
take you down.
But Clubber Lang first kills Muhammad Ali, doesn't he?
No.
The Russians kill Muhammad Ali
Russian, the first one.
because
But-
black men can't do what white men can do.
You're fucking up Rocky for me. Right
I'm just
now.
letting you know
I mean,
that
I already knew
the
this,
80s are
but
fucked up, dog.
You're a Phillies fan, dog. We get it.
You're fucking twisted, boy.
this fuck. Yeah, he did show up with all those chains and glitter up, and he's just like, and he calls him out in front of everyone, right?
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Is that your wife?
Yeah, does he start talking shit about his wife too?
Yeah, because he's a crude ghetto black man.
Hey, but he's Mr. T. He rags fools, dog.
Well, not the working white class.
He was giving it to him though, fool.
The working white class can defeat anybody.
He's a good chin though.
Then the Russians kill the glorified black man, and Rocky has to go save America. Fool.
In Russia, from their own territory, fool. That's how
he was over the hill though, right? When the commie beats him up, was he over the hill or not?
They're both the same age. It's Apollo Creed, dog.
Well, no, Apollo Creed wasn't fighting anymore because
Apollo Creed was over the hill.
No, he just wanted to be in the ring one more time.
He died.
It was an exhibition match.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be 2 rounds of them just like.
But okay, him and Rocky are the same.
Russians
are at the same par.
Age.
Yeah. But the black man dies and the white man saves the day.
He has to step up for America. Someone has to.
Yeah, and that's why he rocks the American the little America shorts.
Dog.
Before to sacrifice himself for the good.
Do you find it weird now when you hear white people talking about black athletes and their money and how they should stand up for the flag and shit?
I just find it weird that anyone would want to dictate that. That's their right.
Well, you find it weird that people don't like people that protest for things that they don't believe in?
You can't let the inmates run the prison.
You're paying to see them. Like, I wouldn't want to see fucking old white guys play football. Why? I'm paying to see them.
Billionaires playing football.
I'll be hyped though. Actually, you know what? I would pay $100 to see that.
Is that the
Donald Sterling as the quarterback?
Nah,
don't bring Magic Johnson around.
They're not all white. There's also
Shakan
the homie
from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, baby. I fool bring that. I fool has pools. That fool has class.
Sports chat.
That's classy, dog. You got pools in your fucking stadium.
What's the other '80s movie where a white man saved the day?
Any Chuck Norris movie, except for the one where he's
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Well, even
Van Damme.
Van Damme made his money off beating up Asians.
Yep.
But that fool can though.
Because he could do the splits. Give him that, dog. That fool does the mad splits.
You guys remember Lionheart? Lionheart, dude, that shit was my movie.
Which was Lionheart?
Where he's fucking, he's trying to save this fucking broad. He's trying to save this broad, so he's like,
in every movie.
There's always some broad babies.
Movie.
No, but that one's cool because he's like trying to save this girl that's like a heart of gold when has a little kid with him. So he's fighting at night.
It's like 3 different movies in the 80s.
Like the original Rambo movie was just a commentary on the distrust for the American government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then it became like this super action movie. It goes back to Vietnam.
Because
you have to go back to finish the job.
A mad character.
No. It's
now, like the first Jason movie where it's the mom is the
first
fucking
one's
killer,
the best Jason,
and then out of nowhere, Jason just becomes this fucking monster.
This hockey thing.
Well, the first Rambo movie is based on a book, right?
The first one's really
about
good,
like
though.
this vet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a distrust of the American. It's a distrust of the American. Dude, he shows up to the town.
He kills cops, right?
He shows up to the town. They start fucking harassing him, and now he has to kill them because they're hunting this fool.
They drew first blood.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
that's the first one, right?
That's the first one because he takes to the hills. He goes to the mountains for, and then
he starts killing cops.
That's what he knows, though.
Who's hype, fool? But see, I agree with that more because that one's not about race. It's about the distrust of the American government and their failure with Vietnam veterans. But the Rocky ones are just literally about how the working white class man needs to be strong again, and we got to make them feel like men again.
Detroit strong.
That's a trip, dog. I'm trying to fucking remember Lionheart. I can't think of it.
Yeah, dude, he does his fucking. He does the.
He does that same stance every time.
That's my fucking pose. Man.
He has an accent in it,
and he does a dance. Oh no, that's another movie.
That's why Bruce Lee tripped everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like, "How is an Asian man so cool?" And like, he's masculine. Because the way Asian men are portrayed in media is like they're effeminate.
Or
they're nerdy.
Or they're super nerdy.
Either
way, they're not real men.
You can't trust them fools. They're always shady. Fool. Yeah. Have you seen Big Trouble in Little China? I was like, yo, this movie's fucking racist.
Dude. What that dog for? Or what was the fucking... It was bad.
I watched it on Netflix and I was like, wait, what the fuck? How was this made?
Nah. When? Is this a recent movie?
No. Big Trouble in Little China is fucking Kurt Russell in the 80s just smashing Asian cats.
Hey, Kurt Russell
is the white man smashing on Asians.
Low key, he was a trucker, right? And he pulls up and like really he has a shady Asian homie that like gives him like stolen shit on the down low. And like they bet with each other and shit. And out of nowhere, someone just steals his truck. like Asians that do magic and ninja shit, and there's like it's
What?
Chinatown, so there's like rivalries and shit.
It's China.
It's a Caruso flick.
Kurosawa, I like Kurosawa.
It's no 80s action guy, dog. It's
Yeah.
like,
So he's walking down the street trying to find his truck, and all these Asian fools just start like there's a fight happening between them, and he's all like,
Shit goes down in Chinatown.
And that fool's all like, he's not gonna let some shit stand because they also kidnapped some
You gotta
chick.
watch out for the
I fucking
drifts.
forgot, but they kidnapped some chick that
And you recently watched this just cuz?
no, like maybe like a few months ago, probably like 8 months ago. Like,
Uh-huh.
not where I remember the whole storyline clearly, but I just do remember Kurt Russell not like he's not having it. Fuck these Asian cats, and he's just smashing them, dog. You know,
I mean, someone has to be the bad
Roadhouse,
guy.
bro.
Roadhouse, I've seen Roadhouse.
Yeah.
That movie's dumb.
It's so dumb.
I've never seen it.
He's like my height doing kicks to like guys that are 6 foot.
Roadhouse.
Wait, that was your height?
No, he's taller than me. But I'm saying that's how stupid it looks.
Well, Roadhouse is Patrick Swayze, right?
Oh, Swayze?
It's Swayze,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
when he's that.
Swayze.
He has a mullet, though. This
Yeah.
little sweet mullet.
I don't remember
Before
him
he had cancer.
That's
messing
right,
up
it's
any
Swayze.
minorities though. It's the white men messing up minorities that I'm like, what the fuck? I never even thought.
Well, the
of that.
80s is all about like they were trying to make the working class man feel strong again. So the enemies were the government.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies were rich people,
Minorities.
empowered women, and any minority.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the empowered women one?
Well, in all those movies, like the good looking women are usually the ones that are just like in
Femme
distress.
fatales.
Yeah, no, they're in distress.
Oh, they flip on them, dog. Like Tango and Cash. Because the other day when you guys left, we were watching that shit. They're cops, but they were framed for a murder by these big wig fools that are trying to like steal all this land.
Yeah, that's rich people.
Yeah,
They're the enemy.
You can't trust the rich
What
people.
about Gator, bro?
Gator?
But in that one, who's the chick is just she's a dancer and she's just
That's his
in
sister.
trouble.
That's his sister. That's his sister.
Yeah, but she's just in trouble. She doesn't like. She's not an empowered person. Like
No.
she's a fucking dancer, dog.
Yeah. Who the fuck was telling me like, yo, Revenge of the Nerds would also not fly right now?
Oh,
Definitely
definitely.
not. Nothing.
There's a rape scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's some racist shit.
A lot of racist shit.
There's fucking
Partying.
some
Bro.
homophobic shit.
Party.
You have to
No,
party.
you
stuff.
can't party in 2017,
Whoa.
dog. Partying's disallowed.
The 80s are.
The Christian values are not lighting up no more. What happened to good old Christian values?
Yo, I'm gonna get you sucker was good.
Never seen
I've
it.
never seen that.
You never seen
You've
that
always
movie?
told me to watch it, but I was like,
That's a good ass flick.
I watched that. Or did I? I think we did watch it once, right? That you put
Yeah.
it on and we watched it together.
I don't think so.
It's like a B it's a B movie, right?
Yeah.
That's
Like a
comedy.
blaxploitation
Yeah,
movie,
but it's a
and, like,
comedy.
it's kinda dubbed.
based off the '80s bullshit.
Mhm.
Like he had like a bunch of like his
Right.
brother died and he had all the gold chains.
You have to have the gold chains.
Is that the one where he has a
It's
flash?
one of the Wayne brothers, I think.
Is that the one where he has a flashback to Vietnam and then there's like a little fan on top of the hut? Is that a different blaxploitation
No, I think it's
movie?
a different one.
Okay.
There's one where they all fuck bitches, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I was
Because
gonna
you
say,
gotta be a man. And
You have to.
that's why the fools have to be all oiled up.
Oh,
and
another
busted.
one I just seen. It's kind of like a new age blaxploitation movie with the
Black Dynamite.
no. It's gonna come out. It's called Mary
I like Black Dynamite.
Mary May. It's what the hell's the the girl from Hustle and Flow, the one that gives DJ his chain, his bottom bitch.
Oh,
She's
Taraji
Taraji P Henson,
Cookie.
and she just has like a afro, and she's just got two guns, and it's basically the same trailer for Atomic Blonde, but just kind of like in blaxploitation form. And I was just like, I'm like, I guess, but I also was like, why? I don't know. I didn't understand.
Because she's got heat from Empire.
Yeah, definitely. And then
I always thought Terrence Howard should get more roles. I
He's a
love
drunk,
Hustle and
though.
Flow though. Yeah,
he's a drunk in real life.
I don't know. He's got
Alcohol?
issues.
Everyone has issues, though. They're actors.
Whatever. This fucking podcast has gone everywhere, dog.
Yeah.
It's been a good one though. I feel like we've used fag a little too many times. But
We?
hey, but it was always referring
Was trying to
something
rope us
someone
in.
else said. Not these aren't things we think.
Stop saying we.
The road to
That-
hell.
oh,
is
that
paved
I
with good
think.
intentions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think that stuff. Yo, Bruce Lee is the fucking. That's why Jackie Chan's so cool too, because Jackie Chan does some dope shit.
Yeah, but Jackie Chan, he dances. Like, he does the whole little Asian thing too. It's like,
He plays it up, but I mean, you gotta play it up to sell to American markets. It's Coco all over again, fam. Middle America wants
like Rush Hour has some racist shit in it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Do you understand?
Well, the second
Words that are coming out of my mouth.
Oh, besides that one, but like in the second one, the whole one where like
Where they're in China?
Chris Tucker's cousin is Don Cheadle. Is like that fool fucks with Asian culture, and that fool's dressed up like in the Chinese
In the whole,
bar.
yeah.
And y'all look alike.
And Chris Tucker keeps talking shit about the food and how it tastes like shit.
No, and then he starts going like cha 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 cha.
Yeah.
I can speak that too.
I'm like, word, but
And then he tries to buy some fried chicken. But
I don't know.
They
I think
just
I
sell
wanna
him the
watch-
whole chicken.
Were there 3 Rush Hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I think I've only seen 2.
there's the LA one, the China one, the French one.
I didn't see the French one.
The newer one?
There,
Not bad.
there would have been a new one, but I think Brett Ratner got
What's
cut
the-
up with some shit.
What's the one that he did with
Man.
Owen Wilson? That one was funny.
Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon is dope.
Yeah.
Cause I wanna be a cowboy.
And then there's Shanghai Nights.
I didn't see that one.
What?
I see the first one.
Cool.
Yeah, fools don't watch movies, bro.
No, Arthur. Don't want.
Shanghai Nights is dope too. Probably a good place to stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
One
talked
more
about
thing.
just to add on. Yo,
Oh, it was Jackie
we
Chan.
need to get a white co-host to save this podcast. Man.
A white
They
working.
got
A
my
white working man though. Man.
Why?
No, I don't know. If we get a white working man, I feel like we'll just take it to the next level. Man.
Will we have an open discussion with him?
Chris Hardwick, man. Come through.
Well, why don't we just get him to run our podcast?
He's one of the hardest working men in
Yeah.
entertainment. Man.
It's not working class.
That's what.
His dad was a pro bowler.
Wait, who's
That was a closet.
Oh my god.
You're a hater. Chris Hardwick is dope.
He had the urge. You want to play with balls all day. What are you gonna do?
The urge to
Why
swear.
don't- It's not his fault. He drank a lot of goat's milk. You don't know better. That's probably gonna be it for us, guys.
Oh,
Thank you guys for
man.
listening. Watch out for that goat's milk if you don't want to flip. Get your wires crossed.
For the re-up.
Oh,
I'm Nestor.
Like I said, if I'm a second generation hate monger.
This is Adrian.
and Arthur.
And like none of this shit is what we think.
What do you mean none of this?
I don't think any of this shit. I'm just
I
retelling the
think that's what
stories.
Rocky's about.
Oh, that one. Yeah, sure.
None of your hate shit. That's your hate shit, man. That's
Yeah.
not on
That
me.
doesn't reflect on
You're a
me.
fucking little hate breeder. Fool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for listening. Check out our Patreon, our Redbubble, and we'll see you guys later.
Become
Yep.
a victim.
Oh, that's our hashtag for Be the Vic.